Hey guys, welcome to Living Foodwise, where we make things gluten and dairy free and refined sugar free and super delicious recipes for you to make at home that are super easy. Today we are making a Moroccan chicken tagine with preserved lemons and olives, a very classic dish. We're going to make it in a one pot and you don't even need a tagine for it. That's how easy it is. So let's get cooking. First thing we're going to do, guys, is marinate our chicken. Now, I have a whole organic chicken that I have cut into pieces, but you don't have to go to that extent. You can just get your chicken already cut into pieces. We want these on the bone. That's really important because it's going to keep our chicken very tender. Let's throw that in. I might leave the breasts out. Now, we have, and this is a key ingredient, is our preserved lemons. Now you can find preserved lemons in most good, fancy fruit and veggie shops, supermarkets, and Middle Eastern groceries. And you can actually make it yourself at home. It's not that hard, but I've just bought some. Make it easy for me. And what I've done is I've taken all the pips out of the lemons and then taken the pulp out and mushed up the pulp or cut it up into fine little pieces that I'm going to throw in there. I'm going to keep our peel for the pan for later. Now I have some beautiful fresh minced garlic and I have used smoked garlic. You may have heard me speaking about smoked garlic before. It's just a slightly more robust flavour. I'm going to put in some of that. We have our parsley and coriander. Don't forget, guys, ingredients down below. And our all-important Ras el Hanout spice mix, which we've just made. If you haven't caught that video, now's your chance to go over and get that recipe. We're going to throw in some of that, a key ingredient. Okay, so if you haven't made your spice mix or bought your spice mix, because it is an important part of this recipe, I would suggest pause this, go and make that spice mix and then come back. That's fine. I've got some olive oil and I'm just going to give it a little splash and get our hands nice in the mix and marinate everything together. Now, at this point, when you've finished marinated your chicken, this would be a great time to leave it for at least a couple of hours or overnight to let those flavors infuse into the chicken, which we will do. Oh, smells yum. If you've never had preserved lemons before, you are in for a real treat. It's like this really intense but slightly sweet lemon. It's just really yum. Okay, I'm going to put that aside and marinate it for a couple of hours and come back. Our chicken has been marinating for a couple of hours now, and I did end up throwing the breast in, so we've got the whole chicken. That's fine. All right, I've got a beautiful enamel pot, which is also oven proof. So it's important, whatever pot you use, whether you've got a tagine, awesome if you've got one, but if you don't, that's cool. You can use whatever, something nice and large that can go from stove to oven. And first thing we want to do is give our chicken a little bit of a browning. Giving that a touch of a cook off. Now, this process is not about cooking your meat fully, it's just giving it a little bit of a brown. You may not get everything in there. Ooh, a bit spitty. And already those fragrant spices are releasing and smell amazing. All right guys, once your chicken is just sealed and got a very light golden color, take that off and throw your onions in. Ingredients all below in the description. You probably need a touch more oil. And if your pan is sticking a little bit, add a touch of water. Oh, those lovely flavors and caramelization coming off the pan. Fabulous. Now, traditionally this dish does not have other vegetables. It's usually just chicken and lemon and olives. But I really love the idea of making this a one-pot dish so that it reduces your time in the kitchen. So what we're going to do is throw in some potatoes and chickpeas to kind of round the dish off with some extra veggies and legumes. It just means that, you know, if you, with the addition of maybe some quinoa or something else on the side, it's done. Why wouldn't you? Right? So, I'm going to throw in my potatoes now because they're going to need the moisture the most. So I'm going to put them at the bottom. I'm then going to throw in my chickpeas to fill the gaps. Going to put some of our olives at the bottom, but most of them are going to go at the top. And now we're going to put our chicken back in the little spaces. And it smells amazing. Now, as you can see, it is important to have a big pan. Yum. Final drumstick. Oh, yum, yum, yum. We've got our preserved lemon peel that we had chopped up earlier. We're going to slide those in around the chicken. Put the rest of our olives in the spaces. And finally, some water. We don't want anything sticking. You can turn that off. We have everything assembled now. We're going to bake it with the lid on. I've got the oven on quite high to 220 Celsius. We're going to bake that for at least half an hour, and then optional for you if you're baking. If it's in a tagine, obviously you can't do this, but if you are baking, you can take the lid off for the final sort of 20 minutes and we can get that top all nice and crispy. But initially we're going to put it with the top on. Okay, now I'm just going to check that our potatoes are cooked. Let's find one. Yes, perfect. Now I'm going to put that back in without the lid because I want my chicken to brown a bit more. I'm going to give that about 15-20 minutes. Our one pan chicken tagine with preserved lemons and olives is ready, and our potatoes are cooked through and our chickpeas are all infused with those lovely flavors, and you can see the chicken is gorgeously cooked with a little bit of crispy skin action going on. It looks delicious. And you're not going to be able to smell it obviously, but I can really smell the olives and the lemon. It's just, I don't even have to taste it. It's already wafting through the air. Just beautiful. And that is dinner ready for a family. Serve it with some quinoa on the side, some salad. You don't need really anything else. It's such a beautiful dish. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this Moroccan inspired beautiful meal. We look forward to next time when we bring you more of our awesome gluten-free recipes, and give us your love down below. We'll see you next time. Bye. Looking forward to that. No. Oh, let's try it without. And okay, we are now going to put our lid. No, we're not. We're not going to put our lid on it. We're going to put it as